Dark Waters, The Story of Disappearances. Chapter 1. Shadows by the Lake. Summer 2023. In the small northern town of Wildfold, now strange disappearances began to occur. People vanished without a trace, leaving behind only empty houses and unsettling rumors. The first victim was Jackson Moore, a young fisherman who disappeared during a night fishing trip on Grim Lake. Locals spoke of strange sounds and shadows seen near the water. However, no one could explain what was truly happening. Chapter 2. Jackson's Disappearance. Jackson was a good guy, known for his love of nature and fishing. His wife Lena recounted, "He went to the lake on Saturday evening and never returned. We waited until morning, but he never showed up. The next day, his boat was found tied to the dock, but he was gone." The police launched an investigation. Soon after, several more people disappeared, all connected to the lake or nearby forest. Chapter 3. Witness Accounts. Over the following weeks, locals began sharing their stories. Witness 1. Mark, the fisherman. "I saw him that night. He was sitting on the shore staring into the water. Suddenly, a shadow rose from the water, huge like a person but faceless. It slowly approached him. I shouted at him to leave, but he didn't hear me." Witness 2. Emily, the tourist. "I was walking along the trail in the evening and noticed a light near the lake. When I got closer, I saw a figure in the water. It looked as if it was swimming just below the surface. Then it rose up and looked directly at me. I got chills down my spine." These accounts confirmed something supernatural was at play at the lake. Chapter 4. Investigation. Local journalist Michael Brown decided to investigate himself. He went to Grim Lake with a camera and notepad. "What do you think about what's happening?" he asked locals. An old man named Harry replied, "This evil has lived here for a long time. They say this place is cursed. Something or someone lives beneath the water or among the trees' shadows." Michael decided to spend a night by the lake with night vision equipment. Chapter 5. Night of Terror. At midnight, the most terrifying event began. His camera recorded a shadow slowly rising from the water and moving toward the shore. It was enormous, faceless, and seemed like an amorphous mass of darkness. Suddenly, the shadow stopped and turned toward the camera. Michael felt a cold sweat break out. "Who are you?" he whispered aloud. There was no response, just silence as the shadow dissolved into thin air. The next morning, Michael found his camera shattered and captured horrifying footage of that moment. Chapter 6. Chilling Discoveries. The investigation led Michael to Old City archives. He uncovered references to ancient rituals and legends about a creature called Water Demon, said to have lived in Grim Lake's depths for centuries. The legend stated, anyone who disturbs the water demon's peace or attempts to uncover its secrets will incur terrible curses. Michael realized that these disappearances were connected to this entity. Chapter 7. Consequences. A few days after publishing his findings, Michael also vanished without a trace, just like the others. His house was found empty. Only his camera remained inside with recordings of his last moments. On video, it shows Michael walking toward the water with a flashlight. Suddenly, an enormous faceless shadow appears from beneath. Dark Waters. The final chapter. Chapter 8. Michael's Disappearance. 2 weeks had passed since Michael vanished. His disappearance sparked panic in Wildfold. People were afraid to go outside after sunset, and local authorities began closing access to Grim Lake. But one person refused to give up. Lena, Jackson's wife, who couldn't believe her husband was gone forever. She turned to Father Thomas, the local priest, to perform an exorcism. Lena, I feel that something is there, something very evil. I have to find out the truth. Father Thomas, this evil is ancient and powerful, but we can try to stop it. Chapter 9. The Lake's Secret. Lena and Father Thomas went to the lake at night. They brought candles, crosses, and ancient spell books. Time was critical. If the evil fully awakened, it would consume everything alive. As they approached the water, Lena noticed a faint glow near the shore, a weak light emanating from the depths. Lena, this is it. I can feel its presence. Suddenly, a massive shadow without a face rose from the water, the same as seen in Michael's camera footage. It slowly approached them. Father Thomas, my God, it's the water demon. Quickly, start reciting the spells. Lena opened an old book and began reading ancient words aloud. The shadow stirred and let out a terrible groan. You have disturbed my peace. Now I will take you all. At that moment, another figure emerged from the water. It was Jackson himself. He stood amidst the shadow and shouted, Leave us alone, we are not your enemies. Grew calmer. People started returning to their lives, and Lena understood the true nature of the evil. The story was rooted in an ancient ritual. The water demon was a spirit of vengeance and destruction that had guarded its domain for centuries. It attacked only when someone disturbed its peace or tried to uncover its secrets. Michael and the others had vanished because they had tried to learn too much about its existence. Chapter 11. The Aftermath. That nightmarish incident marked a turning point. From then on, no further disappearances occurred. Lena decided to leave the lake forever. Along with Father Thomas, she performed one last cleansing ritual. A curse was cast upon the water and surrounding land. Only one candle remained on the shore, a symbol of their fight against evil and remembrance of those who had vanished. Lena, we must leave it in peace, or it will return. Months later, all signs of disappearances ceased entirely. Grim Lake remained silent and still, as if nothing had ever happened. Epilogue. Years passed. Locals tell stories about that place as cursed, but no one dares approach the lake after sunset anymore. Lena left town with her daughter to start anew, far away from dark waters. But sometimes at night she wakes up to strange sounds outside her window. Gentle lapping of water and whispers of wind. I will always be here. And even after years, evil still lives deep beneath the lake.